I need to start doing it. Okay. Really excited to be back. This is going to be another awesome podcast, and we are going to have a good time. Of course, my name is David, and introduce yourself.
My name is Rod.
Okay, and so we're gonna get started.
Wow.
How was your holiday?
Oh my!
How was everything?
It was incredible. It was
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah,
Everybody got together and
that's good.
we had a good time, even though with the COVID and everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we didn't have to wear masks in the house.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
No, I didn't.
You know, but it's great to be back. It's fantastic to be back, David.
Yeah, I had a great holiday. My dad flew me out to California and rented me a car for a week, and man, let me tell you, it was. I love flying. I love traveling. I love it. There's just something in me that just like every time I get in the airplane, I get to talk to somebody new, and I get to meet different people and just experience different locations and so flying, and it was awesome, and going to see my dad and my sister and her kids and everything, just
pretty important.
Just like that was a big Christmas this time, because for me it was, I don't know about you guys, but for me this Christmas really nailed home the importance of staying connected with family as we get older.
Oh yeah, no, it's very important. I mean, I had my daughter over, and we went to my girlfriend's son's house, and they had his sister over and her husband and their son, and so it's important to have family, especially during those times. But you know what, I it's something about Christmas, there's really something about Christmas and Thanksgiving too.
Very much, man.
Is being thankful, and I'm thankful for God every day to be here, to be with you guys again, and I'm thankful for that. But
I'm thankful for the fact that we really like that you believed in what I'm trying to create.
Oh yeah.
Like I really
great minds think alike.
Very true.
But
very true.
What's important is that we both.
This was huge
like
for me.
I know it's huge for me now too. It's
because it's made me realize, like, I never thought we would get as many views as we got. Like we got like on our short clips on our podcast, we're getting like 2,000 views. I never in my mind, like, imagine 2,000 people sitting right in front of us.
That's crazy.
Imagine that.
No, I guess that's what. Yeah,
this
is so new to me. So this is awesome.
This is like what I'm sitting in front of 2,000 people, and imagine us doing this in front of that many people, because that's actually what we did.
Well, thank you guys.
So
thank you so much for allowing us to come into your home or your car or wherever you guys may be, and we appreciate every single one of you to listen to us and to see what we're going to talk about. And
it blew this guy's mind away. Like he was like,
I was blown away.
This guy is he was shocked. He was like amazed that like,
wow. I don't know. How do you fathom that? Like you said, it's like 2,000 people watching you, and I guess we have something we need to talk about that's people are interested in.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, because I did not know this would ever happen. This is interesting.
But this is the new way of communicating with people in such a direct way that video podcasts and audio podcasts and video content on YouTube is a way for people to actually directly talk to their audience. I mean, there's no loopholes, there's no approvals that you have to get by somebody above to allow you to broadcast that content, because normal TV,
thank God,
that how many loops that you would have to go through to actually even get a show on the air.
Didn't we talk about that last podcast or
briefly?
I think we did talk about that. Yeah.
But all the steps that you'd have to go through is incredible. But now Look at this. Like, we directly talked to that many people. Like, think about it. Think about how many people took something from that.
That's interesting. That is so interesting. I got to share something real quick with you.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a gentleman in my boot camp, and I used to work with him a long time ago. And about 6 months ago, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own thing. I'm gonna go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this and this. And I'm like, you know what? More power to you. When you're ready to join the boot camp and learn how to use your body weight and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because remember, natural bodies to inspire.
Yep. You can start at home. If you feel comfortable. But if you feel comfortable, go to the gym.
Exactly.
If you feel comfortable.
Exactly. But he watched a video.
Yeah.
And here we go again. So he watched a video of me that I do on Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. I do videos just to talk about things to help people with their health and fitness and stuff like that. Yeah. He watched a video and told me he loved how I was all about my beliefs.
Just keep talking.
And everything that I talked about on that video, he got, and all of a sudden he decided to get a hold of me and say he was ready to get started to be healthy and fit. So shout out to Miguel, for doing that. And I'm just really excited to help him to show him what he's going to be able to get in the boot camp and how he's going to be able to start developing his health and fitness and his body. So that's important to, I guess to watch our videos. Maybe you'll get something out of it. Like everybody out there, I hopefully that is doing that. It's real important now to come to you guys as much as we can. And we're excited just to be back and to be able to be with you guys because we missed you. We missed you tremendously.
And another thing I want to tell people is a lot of people feel ashamed of their condition, like having to wear oxygen. They're afraid to put a lot of their life out there. There's not a lot of YouTubers that really broadcast themselves in certain people feel like they need to stay quiet. They can't put their view out and talk about their life and talk about things that they're going through.
Condition,
and they feel so
about their health.
Yeah, they feel so ashamed.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
And they shouldn't, because it is needed. And when something is needed in the body and it needs to be introduced to the body, don't ever feel ashamed of that. I
have asthma.
I honestly,
can't go run a marathon.
A lot of people don't really, truly understand that it's okay to be vulnerable on camera and to be vulnerable in this instance, because a lot of people. I had someone comment on one of the podcast clips, the one that got 2,000 views. Mm-hmm. He commented and said, I understand too what having narcolepsy is like.
That's
so
awesome.
You understand, even if you affect just 1, 2, 3, how many different people, it matters. And so for me, opening up about my narcolepsy and opening up about my conditions, that's one of the reasons why I even wanted to really start on doing a podcast, was because I want people to know, hey, this is real.
Yeah, it is
real. This is and it's okay.
It's not going to go away.
Unfortunately, for my situation, I have to live with a lot of my medical conditions for the rest of my life, and I'm learning my best. I'm learning to deal with these things the best way that I can.
Yeah, but how do you stay motivated and positive with this kind of condition? How do you do that?
I have to reach deep inside myself, and I've had to get to know myself, and I've had to spend a lot of time, like for me, when I've gone mountain biking or I've gone hiking and I've gone to places where I can feel like I'm actually connected within the world, right? Within the world, but not connected in the world at the time.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's important, because I teach in Natural Bodies to Inspire how to use your mind to train your body. And I've talked about with multiple people how to take your mind to somewhere else. Like if you don't want to go work out, I take my mind to another place. Like I would pretend I was in Hawaii working out because I would love to be in Hawaii working out. Is that just crazy?
Well, here's the funny thing. When I go to the gym, I literally close my eyes and imagine myself in my own gym.
See?
Okay?
No, there you go.
In my own gym, in my own house, and being able to basically have all film cameras set up all the time.
That's
and
awesome.
If I want to film, I can like turn it on really quick and not have to reset up things and like
that is
just
awesome.
Like in my head there's this and I really want to make sure that a lot of people know that, like, and we talked about this in other podcasts, is about how your mind needs to be solid. And if you want to do something, if you have a goal, like I wrote down the fact that I was going to be on the news. I wrote down the fact that I was going to be on Medtronic and I was going to be broadcasted all over the globe. I wrote that down, and you know what I did? I took realistic mini steps in order to achieve that bigger goal.
That's awesome.
And I repeated it and repeated it and repeated it. So for me,
you manifested this in your mind, correct?
Manifested
in your mind.
But I didn't just make it some lofty.
You wrote it down.
But I actually put in effort.
Yes.
That's the thing. A lot of people say, I want to manifest a Ferrari. Wake up and I'm in a Ferrari. So do I, buddy. So do I. Wish I could close my eyes and be like, I'm in a Ferrari. I'm driving up to my 6-bedroom house with my own studio and blah, 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 and just wake up the next day and be like, oh, guess what? I got a Ferrari.
What about a 1970 Cuda? How about
anything like that, man? Like a lot of people, they put that attention, right? They put that goal out there, right?
Yeah.
And what do a lot of people end up doing? They don't put the actual work into achieve.
I get it.
Because I see a lot of celebrities, a lot of famous people, a lot of people in bigger positions. They always say, if you just that intention and putting it out there, yes, that is a big thing.
Yes.
But the other part that a lot of people don't focus on, that I hardly ever hear about, is the actual work that you have to put in to achieve those things. Because
that is so important, David.
It boggles my mind how a lot of people forget about the fact to manifest something, you can't just be like, oh, I'm a Ferrari. No, you have to put in the work to achieve those things and it just drives me crazy how a lot of people I see, they just sit there and they're like, I'm gonna get a Ferrari, my bank account's gonna be huge, I'm gonna have a house, a big house, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you have to put in the work. So when I said I wanted to be out there, and I wanted to broadcast myself out to the globe, guess what happened? I actually did it. I was on the news.
Yeah.
The local news. That was huge.
That's awesome.
Okay?
Totally
That was a big thing for me because it made my mind go, okay, there's something about myself. And then Medtronic. And then I was like, okay, build on this. And I just keep building.
That's interesting because you know what? I teach the same thing about in Natural Bodies to Inspire. You have to manifest it, okay? But you have to put in the work. This is not easy to get a body like this or to have a body like David.
Or to have a mind.
Or a mindset. And that's why my videos are so important, David, because you're talking about how to learn your body. That's what I teach the same way. And it's the same thing with me.
It's huge.
I wanted to be a part-time actor, but I went in, to an agency.
Yeah.
I went to an agency, guys, just out of the blue. Out of the blue, just went to a talent agency, okay?
Yeah.
And opened my mind up to maybe part-time acting or an extra. And I was an extra in a movie, and I put this in the podcast before, called The Mustang. You can rent it.
Yep.
I am the Border Patrol agent in the scene where they're doing an auction where you're sitting in a rodeo pavilion. I am the one. I said to myself, I wanted to be a talent agency, and I did it. Now, I still, you know what I want to do? I want to do a fitness commercial, David.
Yeah.
I still want to do a fitness commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll get there.
A fitness model.
You'll
I know I will.
And
I know I will.
And the funny thing is that you talk about model is one other thing I look at myself, I'm like, I am in really good shape for having all the medical conditions that I have.
You are.
And I think that someday I will be on certain materials from a company.
I think you will.
And you know, I just, there's something about me that I want people to know that you can come from many different backgrounds, many situations, and
sure can.
And I taught myself how to write a book.
Yeah.
And I wrote a book and I published a book.
That's amazing.
And so like there's all these things that I've done in the last 7 years. And by the way, guys, I'm getting my pump that changed my life. I'm getting it changed in March.
Yeah.
So
major.
you know, like for me in 7 years, I've done more in my life.
That's awesome.
Than I would have ever thought possible.
That is awesome. The blessings that you have are amazing. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. That's awesome. And look what we're doing now. Look what we're doing now.
We're touching so many people, man. Like we're touching so many.
We don't know where this is gonna go. You know.
And you know what? But we love it.
Yeah.
We actually genuinely like. This is what I live to create things like this. This is where I get actual joy, is being able to come to all of you out there on YouTube and on Facebook, on Instagram, and on all these different platforms. I'm just happy that I get to do this, because this is where this is what I love to do, and this creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And as we grow, I have many plans that you're gonna see. You're gonna see in a video coming soon where I'm gonna go to the gym, out to the gym.
Yep.
And we got awesome permission from the gym people,
the gym owner,
and we'll be able to actually highlight his gym.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how it starts, man. This is how things grow. We have a local gym that's willing to let me bring in my camera equipment and let me really do my creative thing.
Yep.
And for me,
you know what he told me?
But what does that show you? And what did he tell you? What did he tell you?
Okay,
and
so
then,
this is
go into how that.
So
what does that show you?
I'm not going to mention names, but I'll mention the gym.
Yes.
It's River Vista. It's in Dayton, Nevada.
Yes.
And we're thankful. I'm thankful. But I spoke with the owner one day. I was out working out, and I said, you know, I'm starting a business called Natural Bodies to Inspire, where I'm teaching people naturally, all naturally, to start off at home with their own body weight.
That's right.
To develop a foundation and base. And you've already seen that in the podcast where we talked about.
Yeah.
And he's going, you know, as a gym owner, that's where most people should start. And I said, well, not only that, I said, then I want to let them know about the gym that I go to, right, which is your gym. And I want them to see that they can start at the gym once they get through phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Those are my phases.
Yeah.
And to start them off, right?
Yeah.
And I'll talk about real quick. We have gotten more people involved in the boot camp since we've talked last.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that more people are coming into the boot camp. And I'm going to show you something real quick. And then I'm going to talk about the cameras and stuff. Check this out. Look at that. I got this from my girlfriend's daughter-in-law, Trenda.
Which is
Thank you,
amazing.
Trenda, for Christmas. Is this an ultimate gym bag or what? Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Does the camera?
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll get it.
Look at that, you guys. That is my logo, and with the American flag. And you know what's my passion? What's what's my principles? God first,
Yep.
country second, or excuse me, God first, family second, country third,
Yep.
and your job. So those are my principles. And so I thought that was the coolest thing
No,
that she
I
gave
think
me
that's
this.
awesome.
And I'm thinking about maybe selling these in the future.
I think so.
Or
No, I think that's a good idea.
Or doing something for people that join Natural Bodies to inspire.
Yeah.
Like 4 to 6 months or something. I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the gentleman, the owner said, you know what? You can go ahead and come into my gym and set up the cameras and do your workout.
Because we did, remember our first one that we did?
Yeah, we did. We did one.
I thought it was great.
It was awesome. We did arm workout or something.
I think that was fantastic. And now with this camera, I'll be able to get so many stabilized movements and so many movements of sweeping in or slowing things down or moving things in.
Amazing.
And then I have all my other cameras that'll capture all the other angles, and I'll be able to chop footage up.
I am so excited about this.
This is what I love. Like, you...
And that's what I'm going to love doing.
I know you have a slight idea of how much I enjoy doing this, but the thing is, like... the thing is...
He's always excited when he was like texting me and saying, I can't wait to get back. And I'm like, I know, me too. I can't wait to see these guys again. Everybody.
Because this to me is where I find a lot of my own personal joy. And,
so do I.
And, you know, like...
This is the coolest thing ever, to come to everybody's living room or car or wherever you guys are on vacation. And we're talking to you right now.
And from all over the globe.
I guess it is all over the globe, isn't it?
We have a lot of our viewers are from America, but a lot of we have viewers from India.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They're seeing this in another country?
Yes. Many.
How do I look?
Huge. Like always, dude. You look like a monster,
natural,
man.
all natural.
You look like a monster.
Anyways, but so we're excited about the
from
gym,
all different countries,
and stuff.
And it's so this gym opportunity and just like, you know, having so many people view this content and to be able to get something from it.
This is cool.
And to really understand what, like, a lot of other people, they get this in their head that they can't necessarily go through the process of starting this and doing things and filming themselves. I'm like, anybody can.
Of course.
So, because everybody has a different view on life, different experiences, different moments in their life that have shaped their story. So, for me, it's like...
this...
That's where I find joy, and another way I find joy is, you guys probably see some of it is artwork.
Oh, his artwork is amazing, and thank you for that piece the last time. We got it up in our living room, and I'm so excited to have that. That is so awesome, you know, because it's abstract, and I love abstract.
And I'm glad you like it. I really am, because for me, that's another place I find joy. And joy sparks a lot of other things in my brain. So for me, it's like when you look at art, I like abstract. I can't draw a person's face if my life depended on it.
And he's got so much abstract around here. It's unbelievable. It's so cool.
It's like walking through a museum, actually.
It is. It's pretty darn cool. I was like blown away by it. But it's amazing how you can actually do that, you know. And so you have a gift, my friend. You have a gift.
Thanks.
No, you do. You do. You're very talented in your own way, and it shows.
It's nice to hear that.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
You know that with you.
It's a pleasure, man. It's to me. You've experienced lots of stuff, and you know, what was that one story about? The wrestler.
Oh, jeez, we don't have to go into that, do we?
Oh, come on, that was funny.
Oh my gosh,
that was funny.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, you go through life, and you know,
you have to tell the story.
Oh my
man.
gosh, I have to say names too.
You don't have to space, like you can change.
Okay,
the name of the actual.
Yeah, we need
lady,
to do that. Yeah, okay.
But tell you have to tell
the wrestler. I have to say the name of the wrestler.
Yeah, you can say the name of the wrestler, but not the name of the lady.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, so
you have to tell this.
In my past relationship, when I was married and stuff, Yeah, my ex decided to try to get a hold of a wrestler.
And what was that wrestler's name?
I don't want to say it.
Oh, come on.
He's very popular. I don't want to say it. He's been in the movies of Guardian Galaxy and
Batista.
Anyways, she thought she was getting a hold of him and started sending him stuff, and yeah, it was unbelievable. And they actually had him on a radio newscast, and yeah, they said, "What's the craziest thing that a fan has ever tried to do?" And they said, "Well, it's funny because this one fan was trying to get a hold of." Mr.
Batista.
Yeah. And she got a hold of somebody else that pretended to be like him, and she started sending him stuff and everything. And so
she got trolled.
So she's it was interesting. And,
no, but it's funny because
it was just crazy because I don't know.
Certain people will reach out to like famous people, right? They will, and they'll try to get a hold of them.
Yeah,
and,
that's true.
And it's everybody's had those moments where
she made me drive her to a wrestling match to see him, to hold up a sign to say some crazy stuff and to see if he would acknowledge her, because if he's already got a chance to. She thought she was talking to him on the phone, but that wasn't happening. Yeah, it's interesting. But I was like, and here I am, 125, 135 pounds,
yeah,
soaking wet,
yeah,
skinny as a rail, sickly skinny, and I'm already demoralized because I was wearing large clothes and look what I look like.
Yeah,
you saw the before pictures.
Yeah.
But the thing is that. I was already demoralized as a man, and and here she's falling in love with a wrestler. And, yeah, and it's just getting really, really bad in the relationship when we have a daughter, and so it was hard. It was really hard, David. But
you would never cheat on somebody.
No, I wouldn't. So it was hard.
Why do you think cheating really hurts the person that you're with? Why do you think it really
I think and being in a relationship right now, and my beautiful girlfriend Blondie, I call her Blondie, Sexy Lala.
Yep.
She had the same thing happen to her too with cheating. But here's the thing, I think and it happens to men and women. Okay.
Oh,
men and women.
No, yeah.
It doesn't matter what sex now.
No,
transgender or whatever. It doesn't matter now.
Cheating is cheating.
Right.
Cheating is cheating, my friend.
Cheating is cheating. But I think it devalues the person's value in life. Does that
trust?
Trust, yes, and also it devalues them because they feel like they're worthless.
Can you forgive somebody for cheating?
Yes, you can, which I did. But then it kept going that way again. Do you see what I'm saying with my ex-wife?
Okay.
So it was like I'm pretty much, because cheating and then try to find a wrestler to fall in love with. You see what I'm saying? So I'm blown away, and I'm like.
So it hurts a lot of different areas in your life, basically.
I've already been demoralized because I'm put in large clothes and I look like, I already told you what I look like, sickly skinny.
Cheating
and now you cheated on me. So now I'm like, where's my manhood at? Because you've been married for such a long time. What happens now is that
a heavy thing.
You feel like it's your fault, number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Number two, which it could be your fault because you didn't be around enough. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying?
I just think relationships, a lot of things rely on trust, right?
Of course.
And if you break that trust, just like in any relationship, if you don't have trust, then
I agree.
There's not much that can be you can try to rebuild the trust.
Right.
But honestly, a lot of people will just look at you and be like, "You're a cheater. You cheated on me." Like in the back of their head, they'll be like, when say you have to stay late at work and you cheated on them.
See, you're second guessing them. You're second guessing them.
Then your significant others at home thinking you're not at work, and yet if they show up at your work, you're at your work.
Yeah.
So in the back of their head, they're always going to have this thing that said, he cheated on me.
And see, that's why I think me and Blondie relationship is strong, because we actually know what it was like to be cheated on. And so now we trust each other, right? We trust each other, and there's
an understanding of what that feels like. Then.
Yeah. So why would you want to put anybody back in that predicament? Do you see what I'm saying? Because now you got to start over again.
Yeah.
And you know how hard it is to get in relationships right now?
Everybody
is
buddy.
Catfished, ghosted.
Yeah, I know.
I just found all this stuff out. I didn't know.
Had all that happen. I know what that.
I know
what being ghosted and all that other stuff.
I met Blondie in 2008, 2009.
Wow.
You know, on MySpace.
Holy mackerel,
is that
dude!
Crazy?
That takes me way back, dude.
I was going out with ladies
on
MySpace.
Is like,
I went out with so many ladies on MySpace after the divorce, and then I found Blondie, and you know what? We've been with each other now for, let's see, almost 12 years, 11, 13 years.
Oh, so, my goodness, man.
That's crazy, guys. That is, so... And and I'm happy with her, and she's happy with me. But
see, that's all that matters, right?
Future,
that's all that matters.
I know, that's what matters. That's all that matters.
And she's so sweet. And I'm gonna show you guys. I love this shit. I don't care. I love this.
She gave David something, which is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. He was all excited about what she gave it to her.
I don't care. I'm 36, and I don't give two craps, man. These things are so awesome.
These were Blondie's, and she gave them to David because
I never knew that they actually made full size like Beanie Babies.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and
she's a sweetheart.
She just like gave and like I'm like like I think it's awesome. And so for me it's like when people like open up themselves to other people.
Yeah.
It's like it's so nice to actually now develop relationships when I'm not always thinking about, I'm going to have another spasm or I'm going to have another narcoleptic attack as much as I used to. It's nice being able to have less worries in your brain so you can actually develop more things inside your brain, right? So if your brain has so much to think about and it's like, I need to calculate this muscle movement and I need to calculate your sleep and I need to calculate all this other stuff, and your brain is on overload and it's not able to process everything, you can't experience other things in life.
That's true. That's very true.
So it's like for me now, I'm experiencing things that like it makes me realize how lucky I am to have all the family and few close friends.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of friends, but that does not matter. It's about the quality of the friendship. Because if I ever needed something, my best friend Adam, that I've been friends with, will always be there for me.
That's awesome.
He's an amazing man. He's an amazing human being. He has a great wife, 2 kids, a great family.
That's awesome.
I get to spend lots of time with them. I've done lots of experiences with them.
Yeah.
They've included me inside their circle, and he's made me feel like I'm a member of his family, like we're brothers.
Oh, it's just like when I lost Ronnie Knight, my best friend at 48 years old. His family has been so close to me, for 15 years.
Yeah.
And we've developed a church with a pastor together.
Yeah.
We've been in a real estate business. I've been in the car industry with him.
Yeah.
And a big piece of me lost Ronnie, and it was hard because he was the one that gave me the encouragement to do what I'm doing now, David, with the grace of God.
And you got to build, and you got to continue.
And I love.
And you got to continue.
I love his family now. I love.
And
his family,
and you always will.
Oh yeah, and
just like how Ronan, you and I, and how close our family.
Exactly.
Like
same thing.
I remember running around as a kid and
Right.
like looking at you and
Yeah.
like playing with Cassidy and us
I
being
know.
kids. Like, dude, I remember so much in my life that I went to cook-offs
Yeah.
and I have certificates
Yes.
still.
Remember going to
Still.
cook-offs? Yeah.
You know, and I keep those
Yep.
because those memories.
Yeah.
She loved me, by the way.
Oh, I know.
She had so much love for me.
Yeah. My mom.
Yes.
I know. God rest her soul. My
How
mom
much did
passed
she
away in
love me? How
cancer.
much did she love
Oh.
my sister and I?
My gosh. Wow. Ocean's full. How about that? Let's just say the whole ocean and the world.
And
That's how much love my mom had for a lot of people. But for you especially,
she
and
made
your
me
sister.
so happy.
yeah, I know. She made me happy. You know,
And
but
my grandma was such
oh
a
my gosh.
those
Marilyn-
are those ladies.
Marilyn and Marilyn, best friends forever.
those
50 years. 50 years. Come on. 50 years.
what does that
I've
tell
known
you
you
about
since you were in your diapers,
I
buddy.
know.
Come on.
But what does that tell you about
And here
about-
we're doing this.
But what does that tell
is a
you about
legacy.
those two wonderful women?
Oh, I know. Beautiful ladies. Unbelievable. Beautiful. My mom and his grandmother.
Amazing. And they were
Absolutely.
friends for that long.
Oh, yeah. 50 years.
Having a friendship for that long?
close friendship. I mean, really close friendship. How do you have
They
friends
were
like
right.
that?
They were right. They lived right basically almost what? Like how many feet would you say? Not
No,
I would say
they lived-
literally you could walk
Yeah.
what? 2, 3,
We water
5
skied
minutes
together,
maybe?
and
5-minute
then-
walk?
Yeah, and then they bought from-
Oh,
houses together up in Dayton. I mean,
they built
houses right next to each other.
What does that say about
Mhm.
people that that's a friendship. That was real.
You can't get that now.
100%
Can you-
real.
can
Yes, you
get-
can.
You can?
Yes,
You can.
you can.
Huh?
My friend and I, Adam, are an
Wow.
example. We've been friends.
That's
We'll be
awesome.
friends for almost 2 decades, another 5 years, dude.
Yes, I know.
What is so that tells
I
you
know. And
that there
same
are
with-
people.
Same thing with Ronnie and
There
me
are
and his
people,
family
correct?
for 15 years.
Correct.
My best
There
friend.
are people.
Yes. Yes.
But it's
I
not.
agree.
You're gonna not have a big group of people that close. You
No.
can't have that many really
No.
close friends.
No.
I'm sorry,
You're
you
true.
just can't. You can have
So true.
acquaintances.
Yep.
You can have casual friends. You can have, but true friends that you can call family. That is so rare.
And that's how Ronnie and his family is still to this day. And Ronnie's gone, and he walked with me and for 15 years, and he made me feel like $1 million, David. And Ronnie had
yeah.
a lot of friends in his life,
Yeah.
and I only had one, and that was him. And he made me feel like $1 million. You guys, every day he made me feel like $1 million.
You have to have
No
friends
fault.
like that. You
No
have to
fault.
have friends like that.
He couldn't find any fault in me, and I know there was a lot of faults in me, but
There's a lot of faults in a lot of us.
you know, and it was
a lot of us.
it was so special to have him in my life, and
Yeah.
he's in my business card.
Yeah.
RK
And-
is
and
right on the dumbbells.
I think he's still in your life.
He is. He
Just like
is.
how my grandma,
I talk to him every day. I have a picture of him in my car.
just like how my grandma, my
Yeah.
grandpa,
Yeah.
my uncle Ronnie,
Yeah,
Albert,
yeah, Albert. Yeah,
and my mother,
yeah.
and
Can you imagine if
Your
they were alive
mother.
right now watching us?
oh, they would be ecstatic, man.
Is this?
This is right here. This is our story,
Wow.
and our family lines
Yeah.
are still connected.
They would be so proud that me and you are together doing this. I don't know if they'd understand it, right?
Not necessarily understand it, but they would be proud.
They're like, you guys are hanging out. You're talking to 2,000 people. Yeah,
They would
we're
honestly be proud. I mean,
I know they would.
My grandpa built something for himself, and
Yeah.
I'm now building my own legacy.
Yes, you are. Me too.
And
Me too, as
this
well.
together, this is what I try to tell people about podcasting and about making videos and about making content is the amount of time it's going to be out there. And after I leave this earth
Yes.
way down the road,
Yes,
this will be like a time capsule.
it will
So when people want to see me or get to have moments of me, they can go back and see them. And
this
so
is such
this
an
is how
inspiration. This is an inspiration right now that we are doing right now to this day.
Yeah.
We are inspiring others, and you inspire us to do this continually. And like I said, we just go off random subjects. And
you know what?
Awesome.
You know what the big thing is too?
What's
is
that?
a lot of people focus too much on
Content?
numbers.
Oh, numbers.
And
you like views?
Yeah. And where you if you just put something out there, just put it out there. And you know what?
And be real.
And be real.
And look
be
real,
honest.
right? This is us. We're not.
No, this is who I am.
I don't have any pads in my arms.
Or like bricks or something that are made into your clothes.
Does that look like a brick?
That looks like straight muscle, man. And that's real.
How fun we have.
And that's real.
The fun it's real. And Natural Bodies to Inspire is real.
And it's important to be 100% yourself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will try to fluff around things, and we'll try to like just you gotta be yourself as much as you can. You know, because we're obviously, all of us have moments where we are not 100% ourselves. We have those moments.
You know what's really interesting, David, is that Ronnie's son is now joining the boot camp.
Yeah.
Is that just...
That's like a full circle, man.
My ages are 28 to 62, which is a blessing.
And that's kind of where our videos hit.
Yeah, yeah. And exciting to see him joining the boot camp and his wife, and it's just awesome to have them a part of my life still. Yeah, you know, in my life. Yeah, and it's very important. And so now I'm helping, to help him to develop a healthy and fit body.
I think that's important. I think that's really important. I think that's important for everybody.
But now realize. he's the youngest in there. He's the youngest one in 17 into my boot camp. And he wants to establish that, and that means a lot to me. Because he trusts me to start helping him to do that. And you're never too young or never too old.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But you have to believe. You have to believe. Yeah. And you have to believe in Natural Bodies to inspire you to be healthy and fit, and that's important, very important.
And another thing is like when it comes to like having health conditions. Like, the biggest thing that's helped me is I like to ride mountain bikes. And so I have a full padding, like full riding padding and riding gear. Do you do that with your oxygen too? Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. I go off jumps and stuff like that. Drops. That's crazy. I went, when I went to see my dad several months ago, I went down Big Bear Mountain in California, and
I've been to Big Bear skiing though. But
I rode my mountain bike down from the top of the ski lift all the way down.
Are you kidding me?
I did that like 5 or 6 times. And I crashed like twice, almost snapped my leg.
David,
but
don't hurt yourself. We got to do more podcasts.
but you going down the mountain. On my mountain bike, I didn't have normal gear, right? Most people, when you ride down a mountain, they have disc brakes. I had regular brakes.
Oh my gosh.
And I was flying with my oxygen, going over these like turns and dips and like parts where there was one point where it straight goes all the way down like this and into the run where it backs like this, right? There were 2 people that were staring off their bike, off to the side, going like this, and I'm about to go down this, and I look down.
You're a daredevil.
I stop. I look down, and I'm like,
you're a daredevil.
Oh, okay. So and I'm like screaming, and then boom, shoot down the next like row of the trail. So it's like, but I enjoy
that's fun,
the thrill of it, and I'm not gonna stop living my life because I have oxygen and enjoying like just
what would that do to you? What would that do to your value of yourself.
I think secluding myself and doing that wouldn't be good for your mental health.
That's what I was gonna say, for your mental wellness. No,
I think secluding yourself is I've realized is one of the. You can have moments where you want to be by yourself, and that's fine. And I've learned that's okay. But to have, to strictly stay at home 100% of the time,
be secluded. You know what I say to people?
Not healthy for your mind.
You know what I say to people when I see people that have some kind of condition
and
they're handicapped? Remember, you know what I say to them? You know what, ma'am, sir, you're handy-capable. That's what I tell them. I tell them that they're handy-capable.
You know,
they're not handicapped. Only your mind is handicapped, not your body. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I think a lot of people are amazed when I go to the gym or when I go anywhere or when I'm in different places or when I go mountain bike riding. You know how many people walk up to me and they're like, you're doing this with that? I'm like, I'm not going to stop living my life because I have to wear oxygen. So it's like, for example, say I'm on the trail and I'm starting to run out of battery life, right, on my oxygen. Well, I luckily got a jump starter pack. There's like this huge battery thing that you basically you can use to jump. I have a cigarette lighter port for my oxygen, so now I'll have battery life so I can stay out on the trail even longer. So for me, it's like I want to enjoy all these moments, and that's why I have 2 GoPros and I have 2 GoPro mounts on my bike because I like doing it. I like filming content because I actually thoroughly like, honestly, and I've been this way since I was probably a kid, is I like the lens. I like the camera a lot. I'm starting. I just got a new phone, the S21 Ultra. Because you told me to get that phone. Which I've had, and I love it.
Guys, I never thought in a million years that I would have this kind of phone. Okay, and it's expensive.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was told by my wonderful girlfriend, you need to develop the kind of attitude to develop this business. You need to invest in yourself and invest in a phone, especially if you're doing videos, especially like we're doing, videos and stuff like that, in the gym or whatever. And I do my personal videos of what I'm eating, my nutrition and stuff like that. And
this phone's going to help you definitely a lot because the quality on this phone is
insane. And now I'm getting used to it. I took a picture of the moon the other night.
Yeah, I did too, man. You can do it with that phone. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
I saw the craters in the moon.
I know, but isn't that...
Go to my Facebook page and check out the moon.
Isn't that crazy from...
Oh, my gosh.
From a phone.
Yeah.
Not an SLR camera, not a DSLR camera. No, not one of the expensive...
You said it's a Hollywood... What is it called? A Hollywood video also or something? What did you say?
I don't remember.
You said like a 4K video that movie theater or movie people use or something? Yeah,
they can actually... A lot of independent film people, camera people and producers and different like film companies, some that are just starting out are using that camera to edit music videos, to do like that camera. Yeah. It's a Procreate camera.
Galaxy S21 Ultra.
It's
honestly,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's a device that I really, really love. And so for me, I think
that's interesting.
I think, like, for example, up above, you can't see. I have a 3D printer.
Yeah,
and,
I saw that.
And
don't even know what that is.
And it's 3D printers are
I've heard about people making, like, on cars, they have a 3D printer that they can make a bumper or they can make...
Yeah, there's certain car parts that, you can design with certain filaments, like
and
a
certain... Fender,
you can,
something like that?
There's some stuff that you can do with certain
or
materials.
maybe it was designs. Maybe it was a 3D printing design that you could do for your interior and exterior.
But there's certain parts that you can.
Oh, you can? Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know. I'm just asking because it's new to me.
To me, it's like
You said you were going to make dishes?
I can,
Designs on dishes?
I can make actual cups to drink out of.
He can make cups on a 3D printer.
Yeah. Certain filaments, certain food grade filaments.
It looks like a frame, like a picture frame with no picture.
I don't
understand.
It's an expensive a very expensive
with
piece
a spool of wire on top.
It's probably like $400.
I know, but I
$500.
don't get it. I'd like to see how that works.
I'll have to show you. Yeah,
that is crazy.
It's tiny layers. That's the cool thing about 3D printing is that there's these tiny little layers that slowly print certain things. So, like for example, a 3D print I did. I'll show you. You can talk about stuff. I'll bring out my 3D print that I did.
A 3D print. Yeah. Okay, he's going to go get a 3D print. I have no idea what that's going to look like. Probably something that I've never seen. But, yeah, he's amazing on his artwork and everything that he's done, in the past. And he gave us a picture the other night, which is so cool that I have in my living room. So I'm excited about his artwork because it's pretty different and abstract and something that he loves to do. And that's, that's important. What's your passion? What's your passion? My passion is to help people to be healthy and fit. I'm different because of the way that I develop my healthy and fit bodies and stuff like that. And that's the passion that I have. But what's your passion? Try to figure out what your passion is and go for it. Don't ever think that you can't, to develop a passion, whatever it may be, and how old you are, it doesn't matter. What's that?
It may take a lot of effort.
Might take a lot of effort, but what?
I think it's worth it. I mean, look
totally
at this.
Worth it.
I 3D printed this.
What the heck?
This is the this is the mask from
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I did that.
That is
look at how detailed the layers and everything are. And
you off that
I
printer.
3D printed this, yeah.
Are you kidding? Look at that, you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that. That is so cool.
And to make it look even better, I'm going to take wood filler and I'm going to put it over it and then I'm going to paint it with a certain paint and it'll look
Can I have
realistic.
one?
Yeah, when I'm done with it, yeah.
I want it. I want one.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I want one.
I'll make you one.
Oh my gosh.
But this is the one for my face. And this is a Halloween costume mask I'm going to do.
Go ahead and show that one.
This is the
you guys, that's incredible.
the anonymous mask that, people wear on the internet. Anonymous, everybody knows about that.
I don't know what that is.
This is
oh my gosh, that is so cool, David.
It's really cool. I like it.
Oh heck
and
yeah.
I 3D printed this.
You 3D
Yeah. I have a bunch of other stuff that I 3D printed too. I told you he
was talented,
so.
Guys. I'm telling you. You know what? My gosh.
I'm modest. I'm gonna say. Well, I mean, everybody can do anything. Personally, I think anybody can write a book. Anybody can write a book. Anybody can,
yeah. You know what?
3D
David,
print something. Anybody can do this stuff. But the thing is I did it.
I actually thought about doing that, but I haven't done it yet. But you know what? Maybe later on down the road, right?
But I did it.
I'm thinking about doing that because of how far I've come.
Yeah.
And then with Natural Bodies to Inspire, where it's going and how it's going and how it's getting popular.
I mean,
I'm thinking about doing that.
Life is crazy,
and
man.
I think my story will help someone.
I think.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it will. You got to put it out there.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm doing it now, though. I'm doing it now.
And that's what. And you see, the thing about podcasts and the thing about video podcasting and the thing about just putting content out to the world in general, if it comes from a true place, eventually it will get noticed. Sure. You can't necessarily focus on
the views
or the short-term steps in getting there. So it's all about consistency.
Yeah.
And
that's why it's great to be back, guys.
Yeah.
Because it's been 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Well, because of the holidays and stuff like that. Plus,
we
had some issues. Did we have some issues, David?
Yeah.
We had some computer issues.
Yeah, and that's a
Guess what? We couldn't do editing.
Yeah, I couldn't do my editing.
So we're sorry we couldn't do editing.
Now I have a really
life happens,
powerful
David.
computer. So.
Life happens. We couldn't do editing, but now we're back and we're editing and we're putting our podcasts. And that's how we got our views.
And
so thank you.
Well,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Seriously. Because that's important, is to get this podcast out there.
I mean, and the big thing is editing is very time consuming.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I wouldn't know how to do it.
very time consuming because I have to line up everything, and then I have to cut certain things, and I have to like,
I'm not meticulous like that.
you know, and I, now that I have my monitor up on a mount, and I have like my whole computer studio over there
Yeah, I saw
organized
the computer
a lot
studio.
better. I'm grateful to have everything in my place that I have. I'm telling you,
I'm grateful that
like,
you're grateful because I wouldn't even know where to start. I wouldn't even know to get a microphone, right?
Yeah.
And to get a camera. I have a ring light because I do my videos. You know, I told you I do my videos on
Yeah,
Monday
that's
morning.
a huge ring light.
That's a huge ring light. And I do videos, but I am not very, what is it called, mechanically or
like technology
inclined? Mechanically, I guess I am, but technology inclined to do this. So I couldn't do this without David, and it's an honor to be here with David.
I appreciate it. I mean, you made me sound like I'm some kind of like guru genius
That's
guy.
what it's. Well, where does it say? It said Mr. David Fatino, Instagram guru phenomenon.
But I'm just.
It's true though.
But I'm like, I think I'm just like.
I see it. I call it as I see it, buddy. I call it as I see it.
I think I'm just like everybody else sometimes.
Hey, you know what I want to talk about? What about taking people's kindness for granted as a weakness? What do you think about that?
I think people can.
Mm-hmm.
I think people really can. I've seen it happen in relationships. I've seen it happen in business things. I've seen it happen in life in general. I think kindness, like people think if you're really a kind person that you can be manipulated, or you're weak, or you know, or they take it to the limit where they break that kindness and they make you have to be assertive. And I like being kind, but if I have to be assertive to somebody,
because you don't want to show weakness. Is that what you're?
No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be stomped on.
Yeah.
I don't want to be taken advantage of.
Huh?
You know, like you can be kind to a certain point,
yeah,
but
you can.
After a certain point, you got to look at that person and be like, no.
Why do you think people see that as a weakness?
I think that if you're super kind. I think that people they think that they can manipulate you.
Is that what it is? They can manipulate you?
Yeah, I think that's a big thing.
Into what? Like in their way of thinking,
or
take advantage of you?
Yeah. Or if they want something, and they'll if you're super kind and nice, they'll think that you can be just easily walked over.
Oh, that's interesting.
A lot of people, yeah. A lot of people think that, for me, it's like you can be kind and you can be nice and you can be welcoming, but if you cross a line, I'm not afraid to say, like, you need to stop this shit.
I agree. I totally agree.
You need to stop taking advantage of me. I've been nice. I've helped.
Yes.
I've done to a certain point.
Yes.
But at a certain point,
yes,
you got to look at somebody and be like, why, what do you take me for? Some fool?
Yeah.
Some person that can just be walked over? And that's where a lot of people don't understand that just because you're nice doesn't mean you're just some person that can be easily walked over. And
do you need to say something about it, or do you just move on and just ignore it? What do you think?
I think in certain situations you have to assess where you're at with that person.
Yeah.
Like if you've known them for a long time, then just like approach them in a different way. But if this is somebody new in your life and they're doing that, you need to ditch that person. Because they're not worth having in your life. Like that's not good.
That's interesting.
That's not good to me because it makes me feel like if you're gonna look at me like I'm easily taken advantage of at the very beginning of something, then that means you think that I can basically be a doormat.
True.
And you can walk all over me, and that is far from something that can happen in my world. In my world, I don't see that too many people doing that to me because I don't have a lot of people like that in my life. I used to have certain people like that in my life that I would let them walk all over me.
Yeah.
And finally,
me too.
I just kind of like I had to be like, no, I'm.
So it's you need to address it right away. Correct. You need to address it right away with the person.
Yeah, I think it's something
It's important.
That you definitely. Huh? Yeah, I think it's definitely something that you need to.
You can't turn the other cheek, huh, David?
Well, in certain instances you can, but in most situations, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I've helped friends out to a certain point that I almost lost my place.
Yeah.
And you can't
do that, huh?
You can't save. Unfortunately, you can't save the whole world.
Can you be sympathetic and empathetic at the same time, or no? Kind of, sort of.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, you can understand where somebody's coming from, and you can help somebody, and you can be kind to them, and you can be sympathetic, and you can understand where they're coming from, and you can try to be in their shoes. But at the end of the day, you can't lose where your life is at. You can't lose. You can't let them take your kindness for weakness.
Yeah,
because if you do, you're just going to be ran over like a doormat. Honestly, in a friendship, in a relationship, in anything,
in business or anything,
in anything, you can't let somebody feel like they can just walk all over you.
Yeah,
because that's not how life works. You can't. If you do, then everybody that comes into your life is gonna just treat you like crap, take what they need from you, and then leave.
Good point. That's a good point, David. And that's a good point.
So yeah, you gotta be kind to a certain point. You gotta be welcoming to a certain point, but you have to know your boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand, and I'm still learning to have boundaries with certain people because
me too.
There have been certain people in my past. There are certain people that I've been. They didn't feel the same way, and I ended up losing them as a friend because I kept pushing towards wanting to be with that person, yet I needed to understand that it's a two-way street, and you need to understand that.
Good point. Good point. I just thought I'd just bring that up. I thought that would be a good topic to bring up.
I think
a lot of people need to understand that you cannot mistake kindness for a weakness. You need to understand that this person is being kind to you for a reason.
Yeah.
And you need to you need to totally be the same way to that person and not manipulate or try to look at your benefit.
I bet you've had some friends with you in your life that have thought that they could just
That's why I don't have a lot of friends, David, because I don't want anybody to just walk all over me.
No.
I will be kind to you, but it's not a weakness. I will help you, but once I see that my help is being taken advantage of, I will not continue. I will not continue to help you.
Yeah.
So be it. Move on to your life. But guess what? I'm not going to be there. I need to help those that want to be helped. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you have boundaries.
Yes.
Boundaries in life is essential. You have to have boundaries. People you have to have boundaries. Say you have your foundation, right, for your house, right?
Yep.
Say you built that foundation and you have that stable, right?
Yep.
What do you need to have around that house? A boundary.
Yes,
you
do.
A border.
Mm-hmm.
A wall around your place, because you know why? Because if you let everybody into your house off the street, you will end up having nothing left in your house.
Exactly. So that's you're saying as a friendship, if you allow people to come into your life and take what's out of your friendship, and they take it for granted, and they mistake your kindness for a weakness, what are you going to have to give? Is that what you're trying to something like that?
Yeah, you're going to have nothing to give because for me, you have to have that trust, and you have to have that understanding, and you have to have the kindness. But let me tell you, if you let the whole world just into your life, and you let anybody into your life, that's not good. You have to have a filter, and unfortunately, we live in a world, in a life where...
Boy, now we do, huh?
You can't...
Politically correct about everything. Just like I told everybody Merry Christmas. Do you think I offended anybody? I don't care. I really didn't care. I didn't say Happy Holidays, David.
But here's the thing, is a lot of people think language can hurt them, yet...
What?
Yet sticks and stones, they can actually break your freaking bones. So it's like people are now afraid of language, of words, of vocabulary.
That's crazy.
And it's like us as adults, it's kind of sad because like my grandma, she used to say like sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt me. That is so, and now people are flipping it around where they're like, words hurt me and sticks and stones, they somehow they won't break your bones. I'm like it's kind of, we're in an upside down world, like Alice through the looking glass, you know, kind of thing, like upside down. Everything's all screwed up.
That's crazy.
And this world is so crazy that we can't realize that what we have in front of us, I mean, we have so much potential.
Oh my gosh.
So much stuff right in front of us, yet that's not where the world is.
That's interesting. What a fantastic day, buddy.
Today was a good podcast.
Huh?
Today was good. I thought we did really well,
I think it was great.
We delivered a good one.
I think so.
So just while you're going through the week, just really, you know, kind of understand where you are and be grateful for where you are, because there are people out there that don't have that. They don't have everything that you have. And so just be grateful for what you have. And if you want to build on it, work on it. And, well, that was a really good podcast. And
great to be with you guys. And David, thank you again from my heart to be here with you. It's exciting to allow me to be, you know, doing this again. Yeah. And we'll keep doing it again.
Definitely.
And again and again. And thank you guys for watching. And Natural Bodies to Inspire.
Yep.
Get in touch with me.
Yep. His information will be in the description down below, where all his links will always be in the description.
Health and body coach and hashtag why not you. So thank you guys.
All right.